defending punches when on your back against someone who's bigger and stronger than you. This is something that everybody should know and gain familiarity with, so that if you ever find yourself there, you know how to properly take control of that situation. And for those that haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do so now. That way you stay up to date with all our videos. I'll start by saying that distance from the closed guard is going to be your enemy. Now, if we were standing, it's a totally different story, because I can use my feet, I can use my arms to manage the distance and run away if needed. Let's go, bro. Let's go. What is that? What is that?
Oh my God.
But inside of the closed guard, I don't have that luxury. So me being closed guard and him having posture, he is in range to throw strikes. Now, if I don't deal with it, if I don't find a way to break his posture, I'm going to receive some serious damage. Protecting our head is going to be priority number one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand and put it behind my head so that we block my temple, face, and jaw. A common mistake that people do is they try to reach for the punch to block with their hands. But honestly, more than likely, you're going to make a mistake. And just remember this, punch damage compounds really, really fast. So we have to be proactive here. We can't just, lay around. So once I make my shield, my defensive shield, as he's going to be throwing his punches, so as he throws a punch with his hand, I'm going to be blocking and turning my body. Now, as he's doing this, I want to pull with my legs so that it causes an instability in his balance and it causes him to fall over, landing on my chest. As he throws, I turn and I pull. You see what that does to his posture? And then right away, I control his head. Just control his head. Any kind of grip you'd like, doesn't really matter too much. But what matters is that you pull him down. Because remember, if you control the head, you control the whole body. Now, let's say, for whatever reason, as I'm trying to pull, he has good base and I can't bring him down. If I can't bring him down, I go up to him. So let's say he was throwing punches. I'm trying to pull. It's not happening. I sit up, grab his head, and pull him down with me. Now, it's not enough to stay here, because if I just stay here flat on my back, he can eventually just push against my chest and posture back up. So I need to make myself a lot heavier. So what I'm going to do is post my foot on the mat, and I want to hip escape to the side so that I get a side profile view of Evan's face over here. In this angle now, what's going to happen is he's more than likely going to be punching with this arm on this side. So anytime I see that punch coming, I'm going to use just my palm to create kind of like a hook grip on his bicep so that it just kind of stuffs his punch. Now, he's going to go between a few things. So one of them is going to be punching. The second one is going to be trying to posture up again because he doesn't like where he is. So anytime he tries to posture up, I pull his head back down. So any kind of grip you want, doesn't really matter as long as it's a strong grip to maintain posture control. And then again, if he tries to punch, right, I just block. I can see that punch coming. Now you have the other arm, which is on your back. Don't worry too much about it because he can't generate enough power really to damage you. So it's just going to be little pity pats, right? He can't reach your head either. So anytime he's trying to punch, I block. Like a hook grip, I block his bicep. He tries to posture up, I pull his head down. And again, always keeping this angle here. I always need to have that side profile view on my partner. We have to make a decision now what we want to do. There's plenty of options from here. I'm only going to show one today. That way, just for everybody, it's easier to digest all this information. When they have stopped their assault, that's going to be the time for me to move on to the next move. I do not want to do it if he's still punching or he's still trying to go for a punch. So once he's calmed down, I'm going to find a way to get my knee pierced inside, across, and stopping just at his belly button. So that's what I like to call the Spartan Shield. At this point now, what I want to do is use my knee to straighten out my body. Now, if he tries to drive in now, you'll see he has to deal with my leg, and it's just way too strong at this point. That way I don't have to rely so much on my arms. Followed by a stretch, sit up to my elbow. This is now built a really, really strong design. So if he tries to drive into me now, I'm going to be way too strong. For the final step, we're going to do a technical stand-up. Now, if you don't know what a technical stand-up is, I will be posting a 1-minute video on our Jiu-Jitsu movement library playlist. So for those that don't know it, just check in on that page. I think in like a few weeks I will be making a breakdown of the technical stand-up. But otherwise, from here, come up on the elbow. Final step is hand. Now watch what I'm gonna do as I lift my hips up, pass my foot all the way out. Now as I sit all the way up to a posture position, I'm gonna pull his head to the mat. That way now I can safely retreat, run away, go to safety. There we go, defending ourselves from punches when on our back. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We are a new channel, so please comment below. Let us know what you think of this video. It really helps out a lot. That way in the future we can provide more rich content for you. Like the video if you found it useful, share it with a friend or a loved one so that they too can also defend themselves. If you want to subscribe, click over here. If you want to keep watching more videos, click over here.